zodiac. They gotta be raised by TV. Mom said don't be raised by TV, 'cause we gotta be raised by TV. To put it simply, they gotta be raised by TV.
Barbecue sauce. Come, they told me, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, boom, boom.
A newborn king to see, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. I have no gifts to bring, pa-rum-pum-pum-pum. You can't start the song.
I don't know anything fast. I only know rum-pum-pum-pum.
I wanted to
barely
sing
know.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg,
Batmobile lost a wheel, and the Joker got away.
Hey!
Oh.
See, and that's where our childhoods differ.
Yeah, see, Joker wouldn't do ballet in my childhood because that would have been gay. And how would Batman lose to a gay Joker?
Well, it's a Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. We're saying Merry Christmas again. That's the one thing you and I agree with Trump on is we're saying Merry Christmas.
It's all Happy Holidays? No.
Fuck.
Merry Christmas.
I'll say Happy Hanukkah when the time comes around. I'll say Happy New Year. I'll say your fucking holiday. But right now, it's Christmas season.
Christmas, baby.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Well, and also, you know, all of our favorite shows.
All I want for Christmas
is you. All our
This is
favorite
the most
shows.
I've ever sung on anything, and it's all your fault.
I love it, and your confidence is really blossoming. It's so great.
Finally, I'm not the wallflower I usually am on podcasts.
You usually really hold back, but we're seeing you in a new light. I'm excited because every episode of like our favorite shows basically did a Christmas episode, and it was Christmas.
At least one.
Yeah.
Right? Well, yeah, because those were the good old days.
The good old days when it was all Christmas all the time. No Hanukkah. We didn't have a modern family.
Maybe the OC introduced Chrismica as a soft pitch into like, hey, Jews have holidays too.
Yes. Did South Park do? I'm not now. Do I remember? I don't know. I remember Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky was like
part
the
of anything.
That was the first thing that came out.
But I have recently rewatched a couple Christmas episodes just by chance, and my Full House binging and all this. And one of the things that I think happens in my brain when I think about all these Christmas episodes is that there's something that happens where there's either like a homeless person or someone they don't trust or some old man who seems weird, and then he ends up being Santa.
Yeah, that's a classic trope.
Yeah.
Like, this pedophile followed me into the dressing room. Oh, never mind. He's just Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I don't know what episode that is.
That was your childhood.
Hey, Santa Claus. I guess I could sit on your lap in this fitting room.
No one's here. You're not wearing Santa clothes. Whatever.
I trust you, stranger.
The episode of Full House that I think they did a couple Christmas episodes, but one that I recently watched, they get stranded in an airport. I think they're on their way. I can't remember. But they get stranded somewhere snowy and they can't get home in time for Christmas. And so they have to stay overnight at the airport. And then somehow in the morning, Santa has delivered presents on the conveyor belts that the suitcases come out on.
This is about the extent of all my Christmas memories, Christmas episode memories is stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
Was the Kokomo episode a Christmas episode?
Oh, where they go sing with the Beach Boys?
Yeah.
It feels like it, but it's hard to tell because there was no snow.
Fucking Kokomo. We'll get there fast, and then we'll take it slow.
Oh, God. Did you have family traditions on Christmas growing up? Like, did you guys do something every year?
No, not really, because here's the weird thing. Sometimes one of my two parents had to work on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because hospitals and TV channels do not close on Christmas.
That sucks.
So sometimes it's like my dad works Christmas Eve and my mom works Christmas Day. I remember one time my mom and her hours used to be like 7 to 3 or 7 to 7, and we woke up at 4:30 in the morning to open presents before she went to work because we did not want to wait till she got home.
Yeah, that would be impossible.
She's like, we can just open them on Christmas Eve. It's like, that's not the tradition. We open them on Christmas morning. And now we just did it at 5 a.m. instead.
Then you go back to bed?
I truly couldn't sleep on Christmas Eve.
No, I would be so excited.
And first one, like you have siblings, right? First
Yeah.
one up wakes all the others up. That was the rule in our house. It was like, Jason, come get me.
Yeah, it was definitely that my brother would wake me up. And then at a certain point, we started sleeping in, and then people would be annoyed. Like, they'd be like, because once they're like teenagers, like, get up, open the presents. But
the presents will still be there at 9:30,
Yeah.
and I will have my morning wood will have gone down by then.
same.
I don't know how women
I
work.
don't know my body.
Help me.
Help me, my penis hurts.
I remember one of the Fresh Prince Christmas episodes stands out in my mind because Boys to Men sang Silent Night or Holy Night on it.
Yes.
But it was something about like, and it was like, again, a classic trope where like he promised he was going to get Boys to Men. It's like all a play on the Christmas miracle. It's like, I'm going to get the Boys to Men to perform. Oh, wait, hold on. We got
Oh,
something
yes.
again.
Give me that. Oh, they're
shit.
so cool.
They are so fucking cool.
Oh, I'm
Look at Will.
speechless. Will is just staring at them.
Will's
They're
like,
at church.
I'm a better recording artist than these guys.
That must have been so
It's
fun.
a christening for someone, I remember. And he promised that Boys to Men would be there and then fell through.
Their voices are amazing.
Merry Christmas, man.
I love newborns on TV shows and movies because they're always like 9 months old.
I know,
It's like,
they're
that's
huge.
a big ass fucking baby. God, that was truly beautiful.
That was honestly so gorgeous.
I fucking miss Boys to Men. That
I
was
miss
so
them too.
dope.
They recently appeared on some show I was watching. They like reunited. I think they do
Undercover
shows in
Boss?
Vegas. Yeah. Oh no, we had a couple traditions where we would watch certain things we'd watch every year. So we watched A Christmas Story on Christmas Day.
Because
I think it plays all day.
it plays all day on like TBS or something like that. Yeah.
And then we would watch the Grinch cartoon, the original, and the night before, Christmas Eve, and we'd also watch the Rudolph special, of course.
Of course, yeah.
And those were our regular ones, I guess. But I do have some other Christmas movies that I like love to save for the holidays.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is on all the time. In my family, it's like a big thing in my family is the Christmas Vacation movie.
Oh, yeah.
One of my uncles is so obsessed with that movie. He talks about it year round, and starting in like December 20th, he starts playing it all day long, every day, and he just sits. And this uncle laughs at everything, and he just sits there and fucking laughs. He just like loves the movie so much. He's like, Johnny, come here, look, just yakking on a bone.
That's
and just
so awesome.
It's so, and that movie has made that movie so fucking funny to me.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've never really seen it all the way through. It's one of those
shit.
that my family didn't really do the National Lampoon thing too much, but so I would like catch it on TV.
That's so weird. A Chicago family not totally into the National Lampoon
It does
movies?
feel like we should be.
Right, yeah. Also, their daughter is a comedy prodigy. You might as well be.
Oh wait, who's the?
You.
Oh
right?
me. I thought you were saying
That moment when
in
you were
the
like,
mo-
your eyes went wide, like, oh, wait, who? And I was like, oh, shit, are you like adopted?
Am
or
I
something?
here? That was very nice. I couldn't take a compliment. That was my first.
Yeah. Classic. Here's another classic holiday episode that when you say holiday sticks out in my mind is the first episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, wait,
one-
remind me because it's been forever.
The
since I've
first
seen that.
one is where Homer needs money for gifts, and he starts. It's where they get Santa's little helper. Remember, he
Yes.
becomes a mall Santa, makes some money, tries to double it on the racetrack, loses. Him and Bart are out in the parking lot, and they find Santa's little helper who like lost the race.
That's the first episode.
That's the first non-Tracy Ullman episode, I
Okay,
believe.
so
yeah.
but it still looked crude and gross.
A little bit, but it's like into the new era. It's
Yeah.
like the first of. It's so fucking good.
All around!
What's with the crazy get-up, Barn?
I got me a part-time job working as a Santa down at the mall.
Wow, can I do that?
Well, I don't know. They're pretty selective.
Do you like children? What do you mean? All the time? Even when they're nuts?
Did you start a new tradition that came into once we were like in our late like 20s, once we were in college, was getting shit-faced on Christmas
Oh
Eve.
yeah.
Like you'd spend time with your family and then they'd be like, all right, it's time. And then me and all my friends would be like, meet up at the local bar. And
We didn't do that.
oh, dude, Christmas Eve drinking is like it's like a Thanksgiving Eve.
I like it, but I feel so connected to like my family traditions at home that I love to just be home and be on the couch and just watch stuff and be by the tree. Like I don't really want to go out and see people, so it's like a great excuse for me not to.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Again, a difference in our childhood.
Yeah. Yeah.
You felt connected to your family, and I felt like I need to go out and consume depressants.
I loved like the Rudolph special, and I still love
The
that.
Heat Miser.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, right. The Island of Misfit Toys.
It's so cute. I love that style of things.
What about Roseanne had good Christmas? I'm sorry to keep throwing
no,
but I'm
please.
remembering some of these. There was one where it was like, and I feel like I'm getting it wrong, but it was like trashy Christmas or trashy holidays or white trash Christmas
Oh,
or
good. I don't
white trash
know.
holidays where they just like were absolute. They like decorate their. And if I remember, there was also one in Fresh Prince. There's been a couple where they decorate their house too gaudy. Was like a.
Oh, and people think it's tacky in the neighborhood.
Right, yeah. And then that was something that, one of those things that must be a California thing when I was a kid where I just didn't get it. I was like, what neighborhood is policing each other's? And then
Who
it's like,
would
oh,
ever care?
it's Bel Air, it's
Yeah.
rich neighborhoods, or it's where these TV writers live. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, well, for me, I was like, why would anyone give a fuck what you put on your front lawn?
No, and people
yeah.
like it when you decorate. I think, and we would drive around looking at that stuff.
I feel like the Roseanne episode was like, you can only have one certain type of style, and then they just went like full, like, and it was like Mrs. Claus was like slutty in like a bikini or something like that.
Dude, they're bringing Roseanne back fully. How can we both get on it?
I know. I'm just dying. I want to just play a guy that like gets like I don't know, like fingers DJ or something. Is that the guy? That's the guy. Perfect.
He's like 30.
Can't finger a 30-year-old. What is this?
I just mean there's so much about it that's fucked up. I miss Roseanne on TV.
Yes.
I like her. She's insane.
And all those people are still good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And a lot of them are still acting. I mean, having John Goodman back, and also Aunt Becky, or Aunt Jackie, I mean, what's her
Oh,
real
yeah.
name?
Oh,
Why can't I think of it
I'm
right
not
now?
gonna know it.
Lori Metcalf.
Oh, yeah.
She's like an amazing stage actress.
She's awesome. She's so
incredible.
good.
Oh wait, another episode I was thinking of is Family Matters, and I think they had the one where it was like, Carl was a cop, so like it was something about like someone bad, like I think it was like a homeless guy type thing was at their house or something, and they like let him stay overnight, and then everything was missing in the morning, there was some whole thing where then it was a big reveal that like he was Santa the whole time, but if we'd only treated him right, and then like
Right, like, and since we didn't trust him, we deserve to like.
yeah, and then like he comes in, or the presents appear later or something. There's
a
some
lot
whole
of like
thing with it.
moralistic bullshit going on in a lot of these.
Yeah.
Where it's like, see, treat this old creep normally, and it's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, dude?
I think My So-Called Life did it too. They had a Christmas episode that was something like that. There was like a homeless, cold angel person, like girl who was like actually dead or something, some shit like that. I can't remember. I love that show. I've been rewatching it though on Hulu. It's so good. It is.
Tiff's trying to get me to watch it. Tiffany wants.
You need to watch the whole
She
thing.
wants me to do a podcast with her called My So-Called Wife. Where we watch it and she like talks to me
That's
about how
great.
I know.
You should do that.
Don't let her hear this.
I would listen to that because I love that show, and it holds up so well, and it's the perfect show for like teen nostalgia. It like captures what it is to be a teenager, at least a girl. I don't
Right.
know how. I mean, like I don't know.
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. We got Family Matters.
Oh shit! Yes. Okay. So there's like a homeless guy.
Miracle on Elm Street. They lived on Elm Street?
I guess.
Man, these are beautiful. What a great present. You gotta love these, Grandma.
The grandma got
I'm gonna
skis.
be the fastest snow bunny on the slope.
Yes.
Yes. Waldo,
Waldo-
Faldo.
Waldo Geraldo Faldo, right?
I can't stay long. I have to get over to my family's house to watch Dad light the fireworks.
Idiot.
Like a truly
They have
like
multiple dumbass neighbors.
yeah, just everyone who lives by them is developmentally
You're
disabled.
right. And I suppose turkeys are for Thanksgiving.
Oh my god, I hate him.
Thanks.
I love how they wrap presents on TV. It's just a box. It's either a box with wrapping paper or wrapping the top and the bottom.
Right. You can always take the lid off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, who wrapped it like that?
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
These be so cold.
Steve, what happened? Nothing. I was doing some last-minute shopping. Merry Christmas, Laura.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so sweet. It's gonna be her Emily doll that she wanted or whatever. She never.
Emily! Steve, how did you ever find her? Well, I went down to the dump, and I lucked out. It only took me 16 hours.
He just looked for her doll in trash for 16 hours.
Oh man,
did
I
that
need a
for
guy
me?
who would do that for me.
Yeah, he's
Of
hot.
course. I love you.
That's tragic as fuck.
She's like, well, too
They
bad.
have
I'm
this dog
fucking the
song,
football
right?
team, and shoves him.
This is the best present you've ever given me. How can I ever thank you?
Suck my dick.
Damn.
I just watched this episode of Family Matters because it's all on Hulu. It is an episode where, and it kind of falls into the very special episode category, but they kind of just, because they teach you a lesson, but they brush over the whole thing. It's so crazy. So basically, Urkel gets a job working at a diner, and Laura just got a job there, so she's really pissed that he's going to work there, and they make it like a cute storyline. Then they're working together. It's fine. It's like this guy who owns the diner. It's his pride and joy. It's like a big thing in town. Then they close up one night, Urkel and Laura, and Urkel goes in the back and like starts a grease fire by knocking a bunch of shit over, and then he comes out. The whole place is burning, and I was like saying to myself, like, oh, they're gonna like cut to it. It's gonna be like burned down. And then 1 second later, they were out. There was a shot of outside of the restaurant. It was burning. There were firemen trying to put it out. He literally says, "Did I do that?" But it's like serious. And then it burns down, and like the owner is devastated. And then they're like, "Don't you know? You don't put out a grease fire with water."
Yes.
But I didn't know that, so
No,
I actually learned that the other day watching that. And then
Thank God.
I know.
Because you're constantly making jalapeno poppers.
I mean, it's crazy you have to do it with water. Anyways, then they burn it down. Then Aunt Rachel wanted to start a business, so she just buys the place and makes a diner. That was the whole reason they even had it happen, was that so there was a logical way for her to be able to afford.
And now she owns a diner, and now that's another story ending for
Yes,
the
but
next
it was
one.
like, just have her buy it without him burning this poor man's business down and nobody cares. It was
That's
so
brutal.
crazy.
I remember a Family Matters Christmas where it's like a body switcher where Urkel and Laura switch spots, right? Is that her name?
Whoa, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, they get a Christmas wish, and they're like, you don't have no idea what it's like to be me or something like that. And then she's like all jazzed up as a nerd and stuff like that.
Oh, wait. I mean,
I don't know if that's true.
But I was going to say, we talked about how we thought Stefan was a character that Urkel created for himself, like that the actor created because he's like, I want to be hot for once. No. Actually, he says that when he was doing this show, of course, he's playing this nerd, and people would like kind of make fun of him at school and stuff or whatever. But then they started to like it because he became so popular. There was an episode where he plays, or a couple episodes where he plays Myrtle, like his own cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Who's a female.
Right.
And he's like, he was worried. He like even cried after the taping to his father or something that like he was gonna get made fun of so much. But then everyone at school loved it
because he was cross-dressing or
and
whatever.
it was like funny. Yeah, but he was worried that it was going to be horrible. And then the Stefan thing was like something that the writers came up with, and he thought it wasn't going to be funny because it's not. Like, it's a cool character, so it's not going to be funny to anyone.
Right, but Jaleel White, he'd take his glasses and suspenders off, and he's like a fucking legit hunk.
Yeah.
That's what I love about old TV. It's like everyone's like, like Peg Bundy is supposed to be like kind of gross, but she's like a smoke show.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder if he had like back problems from walking around like that so much.
They gave himself scoliosis by season 3.
The body switch. I love body switch stuff.
It's beginning to look a lot like Urkel is great.
While I was here, I picked up this gift I had.
Have you ever shot anything in fake snow? That looks like so much fun.
I don't think I have. Have you?
No.
Now come along and let me drive you home.
Classic sitcom shit.
He fell off the curb and broke the present.
Steve! And don't worry, I'm fine. This bag broke my fall. And my fall broke this bag.
Good writing.
Steve, I have had it with you, Steve. Now wind up that car and drive out of my life. Now, Laura, you don't mean that. Yes, I do. I don't want to think about you. I don't want to talk about you. And I don't want to hear about you. From now on,
he's so
you
hurt.
don't exist. Now go.
Oh, she's Urkel. She's so cute. I love that. Oh my God, that must have been the most fun day ever.
Stevens, greetings, Winslow.
She's good.
She's good and cute as hell.
That is adorable. Now she sees how it feels to be dissed. She farts.
I just love the idea of farting in any saccharine
But I'll
moment.
never stop loving you. Goodbye, Steve.
So now we see what could have happened if she was nice.
And don't worry, I'm fine. This bag broke my fall.
And the fall broke the bag.
And my fall broke this bag.
Still funny.
Don't worry about it. The important thing is you're okay. What? And if you're not too busy, I'd like for you to spend Christmas Eve with me and my family. Is that all right with you?
Who does Urkel live with? What's his thing that he's like allowed to go to his neighbors on Christmas?
Never see his family. You eventually get to go in his basement lab, right?
Oh, right.
But is that at their house or is that at his house?
What if he lives like a radio flyer type life? Like he has like a super abusive dad.
What's radio flyer? I mean, I know it's a wagon.
No, it was a movie that I saw when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
It's like really fucked up. And like the dad is abusive to the two kids and the kids think the radio flyer is going to help them escape their dad or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It's fucked up. Speaking of it's fucked up, why don't we take a quick break and
That's fucked up.
have a little bit more cocoa and a little bit more eggnog and a little bit more lasagna.
Oh, you do have traditions.
Hey, baby, it's me. I'm Italian. We have fucking zan, baby. Time to take a break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Sleigh bells ring. Are you listening?
In the lane,
That's
you
all
don't
I
know
know.
snow is glistening.
Na,
Singing a song, back of the song, walking in a winter wonderland.
I paused long enough to let you initiate a song, and when you didn't, I was like, I know this
I
three
couldn't
words.
think of any that we hadn't already done, which were two.
What's your favorite Christmas carol?
I actually, one of my favorite Christmas songs is Do They Know It's Christmas? Like,
I know what you
don't know.
Do They Know It's Christmas?
Yeah,
And
it's all about like it's by Band-Aid or
yeah,
something.
it's like the fundraiser song. Yeah. It's like a Kickstarter song.
I had this Marlboro tape, like a cigarette brand tape that had Christmas songs on it, and it was so good. I listened to it all the time. My grandpa smoked, and he got free stuff every once in a while.
Marlboro Miles.
Yeah.
Because I remember that. Like, I remember my friend's dad was like, I'm saving up to get the white water raft. I do think he died of lung cancer before he got it, if that's not a Gift of the Magi-esque tale. Gift of the Magi is a classic fucking holiday trope that they steal for movies. Yeah. I mean, for shows.
I will
sitcoms.
say, I listened to that tape so much, and it has all the best Christmas songs on it, and I might still have it, but I don't have a way to play it. But I loved it so much.
We could play it in Josh's car. He has an 84 Datsun.
Is that true?
He's like, please don't put this
Leave
information.
me out of this. Well, okay. Well, we were talking about Friends. Friends had a classic Christmas episode.
The Christmas armadillo.
So it's what's his face? David Schwimmer Ross dresses up as an armadillo because someone else dresses up as Santa for his son.
Because the Santa Claus they're out of Christmas. They're out of Santa Claus outfits at the costume rental place.
But I feel like Joey got one.
Yeah, but Chandler, I think, shows up as Santa and like outdoes.
Yeah.
And he's trying to sell the holiday armadillo as someone.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's the kid from
Cole
Big
Sprouse?
Daddy.
And he sent
Oh, is that his name?
Sprouse?
to wish
twins.
you a Merry Christmas.
What happened to Santa? Holiday armadillo?
Santa was unavailable so close to Christmas.
Well, come in, have a seat. You must be exhausted coming all the way from Texas.
Merry Christmas!
He's a fucking hunk.
Yeah.
Joey storms in as Superman.
That show's so good, and when sometimes just watching those actors, I feel like I'm so impressed.
They're just very good at their
so
jobs. They like
good.
found 6 people who are very good at their jobs to do that show. 6 white people who are so
Very
good.
good at their jobs.
You know what I miss about this show is that Chandler's the only one that tries to be funny, like in the writing. You know what I mean? Like he's the one who's the funny friend, but they're all funny in their choices.
Yeah.
But now I feel like every show is like everyone is funny and everyone's a wise ass on TV now.
That is annoying.
And that's what I kind of miss about jokes used to be like, this is what Kevin James would say to his wife. And now it's like everyone is super witty.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything's punched up to the fucking like core. Like it's punched so hard that you're like, oh. Like Seinfeld, like Jerry's the only one who's like
He's a
making
comedian.
jokes, and sometimes Elaine will like say something to like roast someone.
Yeah.
But otherwise, they're just doing their actions. No one's like actively pursuing humor.
Will and Grace, I think, does a really good job with that, where it's like the characters are funny in their own ways.
Right. They all have like their own kind of humor.
Yeah, but they're not all necessarily even trying to be funny to each other. It's just
Right.
kind of like that's what that person would say.
I think if you also flash back to their original run, it was like that's sort of what culture thought gay people were anyway.
Yeah.
Was like funny, sassy, intelligent,
Yeah.
like quick. That's what they thought gay culture was just a bunch of like handsome dudes like riffing.
Yes, but Sean Hayes is so funny. And his physical comedy in the new version is so good.
I'm going to watch it.
You have
and
to.
then here's in interest of full disclosure, because we're just too real here on
Yeah.
Raised by TV. I have worked with Nick Offerman before, but I am absolutely in love with his wife and have been since
Yes.
the first Will and Grace.
Well, by the time this comes out, she'll have done Wild Horses, and I'm sure it was great.
Oh,
She's doing our show.
okay.
Yeah.
I live near Largo.
Yeah, come.
We talked briefly about this, and we're going to have a whole episode about sketch comedy. Get pumped, audience.
Yes.
But SNL's Christmas stuff used to be fucking great. Let's talk about some of the Christmas sketches we remember from SNL.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Sweaty Balls, which is a classic.
I love that one.
So good.
Alec Baldwin, my favorite SNL cast member.
I mean,
That's like.
do you think he gets like an SNL salary every week, like a starting out like featured player?
I can only
he gets a couple grand.
Featuring Alec Baldwin. Here's $2,500. Throw this on top of the fucking money you sleep on every night.
Yes, he was so hot in the 80s.
Oh,
It's
he's
insane.
It's crazy. Because he's still very handsome, but his size has completely changed. I wouldn't even call him fat now either.
He's just one of those like he's a thick piece of meat.
But he didn't seem like that. Like Beetlejuice, he's not like
No.
yeah.
He's really handsome in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He's always good looking though.
Great hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, let's not even put on Sweaty Balls because I have the better thing. If we're gonna
Oh,
play,
what?
we should play the Jimmy Fallon
Yes!
Horatio
Oh, I just got
Sands
excited.
Christmas song. Yeah.
Oh yes.
I forget what it was called.
Christmas. Wish it was Christmas today.
Yeah. Wish it was. Yeah.
I
there-
love this
yes.
song.
This is maybe my favorite Christmas carol.
Yeah.
and Tracy Morgan's straight face in this is just so good.
It's so funny.
I love
Jimmy Fallon looks like he's 2 years old.
Horatio Sands looks better now.
Oh my god,
20
he's
years
so,
later.
Yes, it's crazy.
3, 4.
Ah! It's so cute. I love it. And Jimmy Fallon won't be able to stop laughing.
You know, I used to judge Jimmy and Horatio for doing that, and then I met Horatio in person, and he literally just laughs at every single
I
thing
know.
that happens, and you're like, oh, you're just actually enjoying life.
I know. I actually don't really care when people break, but it's just funny to see it.
Christmas time is here.
I love they do that. Someone's mom is saying it's not.
This feels like the good old days where this was an office bit,
Yeah.
and they were like, fuck it, let's put sweaters on and make it a sketch.
Jimmy Fallon's cute.
He's so cute. He looks like he's 15 here.
I know. And they're all messing up.
Yeah, and Tracy Morgan is like 185 pounds for the last time.
God, Jimmy Fallon's hot. I was so in love with him.
Yeah.
I had his CD.
Christmas will soon be here. I don't care about anything except hearing them sleigh bells ring, ding, ding. I wish it was Christmas today. I
Wish it was Christmas today. And Chris Kattan just does that thing with his head the whole time,
Yes.
holding a piano.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
And like
Crazy just
Jimmy's not
dances.
pushing any of the buttons, and it's just playing.
He's pretending to push them, I guess.
Oh,
That was so cute.
That's like a good song, like a good. I love when a catchy. Speaking of, you said Jimmy Fallon is a crush. Or
Yeah.
was a crush. We should have done a whole horny episode of like because
yeah.
I'll throw out, and this will help us transition to talking about. I had such a crush on Elaine Benes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, I still do. I
Yeah.
have a crush on JLD. She's so funny and so
She's
hot.
the funniest.
And Seinfeld had. There was a couple of Christmas episodes. There's the one where her nipple shows in the holiday photo.
Oh, Oh, yeah, I remember that.
But the one that everyone remembers and the one I remember is the Festivus.
Yes, Festivus for the rest of us.
Do you remember the rules? It was like a pole that's unadorned, right? Like
I don't remember all the details of it.
So I think it's a pole that's unadorned, and then at dinner, like it's just a pole, the Festivus pole. And then if I remember correctly, it's the airing of grievances when they like tell each other what's wrong. Like it's like the most obviously Seinfeldian thing.
That's
I'm just
so
like
funny.
they're awful to each other.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, happy Festivus.
He's carrying a pole.
Is that the pole?
George, Festivus is your heritage. It's part of who you are.
That's why I ate it.
It's a big dinner Tuesday night at Frank's house. Everyone's invited. George, you're forgetting how much Festivus has meant to us all. I brought one of the cassette tapes. Read that poem.
I can't read it. I need my glasses.
You don't need glasses, you're just weak, you're weak.
Leave him alone!
All right, George. It's time for the Festivus Feats of Strength.
Get it off! No face of strength! I'm Festivus!
We had some good times.
Oh my God.
Feats of strength. That's something I used to, and I still every once in a while do it. When I get like really shit-faced, I sometimes scream feats of strength and then do something terrible, like pick someone up over my head or like throw a keg. That's how it all started was when a keg would get
Donkey Kong?
when a keg would get empty at a party, I'd be hammered. I'd grab it and go, feats of strength, and try to like throw it over a fence like a strong man.
And would
wrench
it
my
ever
fucking
work?
bag. Now I'm fucking way too out of shape and way too weak to do anything like that.
Do you have a bad back?
No.
Oh, good.
Not yet.
Oh, good.
It's coming. When you have a gut as big as mine, you're being pulled as like a bow and arrow every step you take. Every step you take.
I don't know what that was. Muppets Christmas Carol. Is this one that you grew up with?
No, I kind of must have missed it. I mean, I now have since seen it and fucking loved it.
Yeah. I think I saw it more as an adult than I did as a kid.
I think you appreciate it more as an adult. I think we were like, if I remember correctly, we were like a touch too old when it came out. Where
Yeah.
it was like, this is for kids, but it really wasn't. But we were in between the ages to fully get it.
Yeah, it's where it kind of seems just boring to you or something. But
Oh,
then
I
as-
love watching original trailers of old movies.
He was the greediest man alive.
It's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Until the night he met someone extraordinary.
Hello.
I would kill to be in a movie
Muppet
like this where you're
Christmas
working with
Carol.
puppets and stuff. I would love that.
To Mr. Scrooge, even though he is odious and stingy.
Is that Michael Caine?
It is.
Humbug.
Oh, there goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grin.
That's scary stuff. Should we be worried about the kids in the audience?
No, it's all right. This is culture.
I love
Oh,
that.
Weird.
To see, to share, to cherish with someone you love.
I liked when the Muppets went meta.
Yeah, me too. And I also liked when things were kind of fucked up when I was little.
Yeah, like Labyrinth and
I like
shit,
having
yeah.
seen that weird shit. I feel like people are so afraid of kids seeing something that's wrong for their age
Right.
range now.
Well, I think if like you can get delivered a little bit of something scary from the Muppets is the way to go.
Oh, yeah, that
this
seems
just made me.
pretty safe.
This just made me remember the movie Scrooge, though, which is like my
yeah, I never
favorite.
watched that.
Holy shit,
Really?
dude! It's so good. You have to watch it this season. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Wait, who's in that?
Bill Murray.
Oh, yeah, no, I've never seen that.
Oh, it's so fucking good. He's like the host of a. It's the Christmas. It's a Christmas story. What's that
Christmas
called?
Carol?
Christmas Carol. It's a Christmas Carol, but instead of like the business that he runs is a TV network. So there's a lot of like stuff that's like like who cares? Like
Oh, I'd love that.
they literally show a trailer that's like, if you miss this holiday special, your house will be destroyed. And it's like nuke bombs going off and shit
That's
like
cool.
that. Yeah, and it's like really a commentary on. But it's so fucking. What's her name from Kimmy Schmidt? Is it Carol Kane?
Oh my God, she's incredible.
She's so good, and she has a great role in this movie. She fucking beats the shit
I
out of
love
Bill Murray.
her.
Yeah, me too.
And she's so amazing on Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah.
But I remember her from my childhood, but I don't know exactly what
she was just in like everything.
But she's just like such an amazing actress, and she has that old Hollywood sort of look to her face. Like she looks like she's in like sepia tone or something.
right, yeah. She's always like, here she is.
I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
I had a funny feeling. Why did you do that?
Sometimes you have to slap them in the face just to get their attention.
Fine. Slap me in the face. But you kicked me in the balls.
I rewatched this movie recently, and the only thing I thought was like Bill Murray would not be successful today. He's such a strange looking guy. He's got like a lot of facial scars.
Don't you hate that about where we are right now?
It drives me fucking crazy because Bill Murray is so fucking funny, and we would just be like, hey, you have a podcast.
I know, but it's crazy because I feel like, I was talking about this yesterday, that I feel like everyone starts to look alike now, and like we only consider like one thing to be attractive as like a culture.
Like,
it's fucked up.
Not every girl likes muscular dudes, right?
Right.
I hope.
No, it's true though. It's one of the reasons
because not every guy likes like fucking skinny blondes who are cocktail waitresses.
Right, but it's one thing I hate about The Bachelor is that everyone has a six pack, and I'm like, she might fall in love with someone with a personality, but we'll never know.
They got to put some fucking wild cards on these shows. They got to put like one fat guy who's like overly confident
and who's like hilarious.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Steal the fucking show. Did you watch Charlie Brown specials growing up?
Of course. I watched, we still watch. Tiffany's so obsessed with Halloween. We watched
I love the Halloween one. Yeah. Oh, so cute.
But the Christmas special one, my friend Justin Tyler and his wife put on a live action children's version
there
of it.
In Brooklyn a few years ago. I mean, it was 10 years ago probably now.
They still do it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I went to see it when I lived there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I knew them. I knew Justin just as an acquaintance.
Right. Through Mac, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's so fucking awesome. The dancing is so cool.
It's so cool. I was so jealous of it. I was like, I want to be in this.
I know they asked me to be in it, and I was like, I don't think I could do that time-wise.
Yeah.
And they were like, of course. It was like, do you want to be Pigpen? You fat, disgusting fuck. Hey, thanks for asking. But it's really cute, but with the exception of Justin in a Charlie Brown wig is truly terrifying.
Yeah,
like
it's
the bald
really
cap
creepy
with like
and
one
bald.
black pipe cleaner head.
I hate that head in general. It's very questionable.
Charlie Brown is haunting.
Yeah.
His image is haunting.
But I do love those specials, but whenever I watch them again, I do put them on every year for any holiday. There's a Valentine's one, there's a Halloween, Christmas, maybe another one, Easter.
Yeah.
But they're
the
really...
Christmas one gets kind of bleak, right?
It is, and they're really slow.
Yes.
Like, there's one that I remember from my childhood that I loved watching over and over again. I think they go to Paris.
Oh,
do you remember this?
No.
I don't know what it is, and I don't know that I've ever found it again.
By the way, I don't ever want to have a conversation without a producer live Googling everything we think exists.
I know.
It's so helpful.
They went on I think it's Bon Voyage, Charlie Brown, actually, now that I think about it. They go to another country, and then they're on like getting their suitcases on the conveyor belt thing. There's a whole moment. Snoopy's hilarious. Never says a word from one of the funniest characters of all time.
He's so good. He's got it figured out.
Yes, oh my God, this is making me feel so good.
Charlie Brown and the whole Peanuts gang in another full-length feature cartoon.
This was one of my favorites growing up.
Charlie Brown, and don't come back.
Bitch.
Wait until you see what happens.
I remember that. I thought he was a
favorite
Tootsie Pop, but I think he's a...
Oh shit, he did look like a Tootsie Pop.
But I think it was a pool ball cover, or a golf club or something.
Yeah, golf club cover. No one really travels with pool balls.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Brought my lucky 8-ball to Paris.
It means trying to learn a new language.
Good doll.
Whoa, he's
And
doing
adapting
fangul?
to local customs.
Cheese, sausages, soup for breakfast. We're in France, so we have to adjust.
Meeting new and interesting friends.
I am pure, and I am very pleased to meet you. I wish to welcome you to my country.
And traveling on some really strange-looking boats. Bon voyage!
And you know they had
Don't come back.
all real little kids doing those voices.
Did they?
Yeah, I saw some video of it. It was really cute.
Oh, this is so awesome. That seems like such a soft, great way to teach like culture to kids.
I know, I love that.
Like now it's like the Disney show is like girls dressed like and guys dressed like slutty millennials, and they're like, we have to slime the teacher by the end of the day, or else we're not going to make it in Battle of the Bands, you know. And it's like, oh, the French kid Pierre's here, no more baguettes, Pierre, you know. And it's like all these like stereotypes and shit. That feels like truly touching and like
it's so sweet. Yeah. I really have. I definitely watched that a lot. Maybe I had it on tape or something.
We should have, instead of doing an episode about holiday specials, we should have done a holiday special episode where I'm like, Lauren, wake up. Do you realize? You've been sleeping. It's Christmas 2029.
Wait, what?
They've rebooted all of your favorite shows.
Yes, it's what I wished for on
Yeah.
that bum whose head I rubbed.
Yeah, well, that bum killed himself right after. And that bum was Santa.
I knew it.
It's a Hanukkah miracle.
Nailed it.
Happy holidays.
Well, I do think I want to add Scrooge to my list this year.
You
and
have
watch
to.
that.
You have to watch Scrooged if you haven't.
I'm going to.
And Christmas Vacation.
And yeah,
Maybe I'll have a holiday party, a double dip holiday party.
That's fun.
And we'll watch both of those.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll
I'll make sativa eggnog. Fuck everyone up. Everyone has
awesome.
diarrhea.
and they're all high.
We're all stoned. I have 2 toilets.
It's the one thing I know about you.
It is the best thing that's ever happened to my marriage. I know.
You need to have 2.
Saying that, I know I say that a lot, but we lived for 5 years with 3 people in one toilet because we lived with a roommate for a while. And that was
It's
true terror.
so hard. If you have to suddenly shit and someone's in the bathroom, that's the worst thing that could possibly happen.
I've pissed into my sink a handful of times because Tiff was in the shower and I tried not to bother her. But one time I just went in there and she was like, "Hey," and I'm like, "I'm sorry. Cover your ears and your nose and do not look out that curtain." And I just was like, it just hit me, and I was like, I'm either gonna shit my pants in my own living room or I'm gonna shit while my
you
wife
gotta
showers.
go.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
You can't control it.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm in the middle of shaving. I can't get out." I'm like, "Well, bad news, babe." And I'm like making noises to like cover up. Nothing to hear here. Besides my ass sneezing.
Oh my God.
A Christmas miracle. As a matter of fact, I just drank a giant Earwolf cold brew, and now I need to sneeze out of my butt.
Okay, so we'll take a shit break for Gabrus here.
Quick shit break, baby. Give me a shit. Give me a shit. Shit me off a piece of that shit shat bar.
And now for a very special episode of Punky Brewster.
Earlier in the episode, Punky and her class watched the Challenger space shuttle explode on TV. Oh man, her foster father Henry had arranged for a very special guest to meet her. Punky opens the door to her living room where Buzz Aldrin is waiting.
Wow!
Are you Punky? Hi.
Are you sure you're really Buzz Aldrin?
I sure am.
Get out of here. I'm sorry, I just didn't recognize you without your spacesuit.
Well, I would have brought it, but it's at the dry cleaners. I spilled Tang on it.
Are you sure you really came here to see me?
I sure did.
They sit down on the couch.
Your teacher tells me you'd like to be an astronaut.
Yeah, but because of what happened to the space shuttle, my friends think I'm out of my gourd.
A lot of my friends at my school used to laugh at me for wanting to go to the moon and be part of the space program.
Wait a minute, they didn't have the space program way back then.
Maybe that's why they laughed. But this is the way I look at it. Astronauts are explorers, and all through history, people have thought that explorers are a little off their rocker.
Yeah, like Christopher Columbus. People told him that the Earth was flat, and if he sailed too far, he'd fall off the edge.
That's right. But he went anyway. He just took lots of rope. Punky, I have something for you.
You do? Buzz takes out a gift. It's a young astronaut's t-shirt. Eee! Ooh! Young astronauts?
Yes, it's an organization for children who are interested in math, science, NASA, and outer space. And you know what?
What?
I helped start the very first chapter in Viking Elementary in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Wait till I tell Mike about this. He said all the Vikings were extinct. Wait till he hears they're living in North Dakota.
Punky, would you like to join the Young Astronaut program?
You bet!
Just fill this out and mail it in.
Punky's dog runs into the room and barks. Can I have one for my partner, too?
Sure. Slow fade into Punky lying in bed, writing in her diary.
Meeting Buzz Aldrin was awesome. I mean, it overwhelmed me. It must have done the same thing to Henry because he didn't come out of the kitchen all night. Anyway, I still feel bad about the shuttle. But I'm going to be an astronaut no matter how scary it may be. Henry says you've got to take risks when you're doing something that nobody's ever done before. And here's something I realized all by myself. If is a word smack in the middle of life. Isn't that deep? Well, I guess I'll say goodbye for now, dear diary. Hang loose, your pal, Punky.
Fiend. And that
Oh my God.
was a very special episode of Punky Brewster. That was wild.
That was. I mean, I was not cognizant when the Challenger exploded.
Oh, you were fucked up on lean.
I was 0, I think. Oh, that was a very, very heartwarming episode.
I'm glad Christmas, not the holiday season, has ended.
Yes.
And it's time to move on to maybe one of the more meta episodes for a comedy podcast on a comedy network hosted by two comedians.
We're going to talk about sketch comedy shows like SNL, all that, Mad TV, Kids in the Hall.
The States.
Yes.
Oh,
there's
shit.
so many. Oh, there's a lot to get into. I can't wait.
Can't wait.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Ackerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.